The Telluride is an impressive three-row SUV. It boasts a quiet and upscale cabin, impressive tech, extensive standard features, adult-friendly third-row seating, and a satisfying driving experience. It has a few minor weaknesses, but overall this Kia is a great pick for a three-row crossover SUV. When Kia debuted the 2020 Telluride, it was something of a revelation, a truck-styled three-row SUV that offered big space, big value, big comfort, and a healthy dose of flair. It won a bunch of major industry awards and was so popular that customers were having trouble finding any to buy, with Tellurides being sold before they even made it off the transport trucks. Today in this video we're gonna touch many features of this amazing Korean masterpiece. So be attention and don't waste and skip any second of this review, and don't forget to hit like button down below. And now let's find out. Exterior. Styling tweaks at both ends, including new LED headlights and taillights, mark the 2023 Telluride SUV as different from the year before. But the essential character remains. Kia also offers fresh designs for alloy wheels across the range. New paint choices are Midnight Lake Blue, Dawning Red, and Jungle Wood Green. The first of the two new trim levels, X-Line, pushes the rugged envelope a little further with its own take on the grille and roof rails, plus exclusive 20-inch wheels. The X-Pro takes the attitude and makes it muddier, fitting 18-inch alloy wheels and all-terrain tires. Otherwise, the 2023 Telluride is its usual imposing, chunky self, which attracted a lot of buyers during the first 3 years of its existence. The 2023 Kia Telluride's interior receives a more significant styling update than its exterior. The dash now features a wide curved display that houses the digital instrument panel and infotainment touchscreen. Materials quality remains as good as we've come to expect, with surface and sturdy construction that rival some luxury brands. That luxury-like atmosphere carries over to the well-padded seats that remain comfortable for hours. There's also plenty of space, even the third row can accommodate adults. The sense of spaciousness is enhanced by strategically placed windows and a large panoramic sunroof. Behind the seats, you can squeeze up to 21 cubic feet of cargo, which is generous for the class. The VW Atlas comes close at 20.6 QFT, but the Honda Pilot maxes out at 16.5 QFT, and the Mazda CX-9 can only manage 14.3 QFT. The Telluride offers a very roomy and upscale-feeling cabin with easy access to all three rows. Passenger space is excellent in both the second and third rows. The space feels more open thanks in part to the abundance of large windows. Only front passenger knee room is a little tight. Regardless of people's opinion about the Telluride's bold outward appearance, its interior is undeniably upscale and comfortable. The build quality is excellent, the materials are attractive, and the desirable features are plentiful. The SX trim tops them all with the fanciest options, which include driver's seat memory settings, a head-up display, heated and ventilated rear seats, a premium headliner, and Nappa leather upholstery. Because the Telluride is several inches longer than the 7-passenger Kia Sorento, its cabin is even more spacious, especially for those in the wayback seat. There is room for 8 with a second-row bench seat or room for 7 with the optional captain's chairs. Along with ample interior storage throughout the cabin, we managed to fit 4 carry-on suitcases behind its third row and stuffed a total of 35 carry-ons with both back rows folded flat. Technology. All Tellurides come with numerous collision avoidance and mitigation systems, as well as adaptive cruise control that operates down to a stop. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto smartphone integration also comes standard, and numerous USB ports are spread across all 3 rows, although only one can transmit data. Wireless smartphone connectivity remains conspicuously absent. A standard 12.3 inches infotainment touchscreen is mounted in a housing that puts it right next to the gauge cluster. It gives all trim levels a large display that's easily reached from the driver's seat. SX models and above also get a matching 12.3 inches instrument cluster display. The larger instrument cluster display makes the blind spot view system more useful. The previous display only measured 7 inches and was small and pixelated, but the new one looks much clearer and works well in tandem with the blind spot warning system to give the driver helpful information. Kia's highway driving assist system is great. It accelerates and slows down smoothly while keeping the Telluride centered in its lane without ping-ponging from side to side. Digital real estate in the 2023 Telluride grows significantly. The main infotainment screen increases in size from 10.3 inches to 12.3 inches, and there's an available 12.3 inches display for the gauge cluster as well. The available head-up display expands from 8.5 to 10 inches, and Kia now offers an available digital rearview mirror. Also new for 2023 is auto-close functionality for the Telluride's available hands-free liftgate. Engine. Under the hood of every Telluride is a naturally aspirated V6 that makes 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. Its engine pairs with an 8-speed automatic transmission that feeds the front wheels in the standard format. All-wheel drive is also optional across the board. The Telluride X line we tested sped to 60 miles per hour in 6.8 seconds. However, the big Kia didn't feel as responsive to throttle inputs at lower speeds as did some of its turbocharged rival. The Telluride's ride is on the firm side, with harsh pavement sometimes throwing the 3-row SUV off its intended path. A self-leveling rear air suspension is also available. Brakes are excellent, and the steering is precise with a nice heft to its feel. The Telluride boasts up to 8.4 inches of ground clearance for off-road excursion, and it can tow up to 55 pounds. At a time when many carmakers are replacing larger 6-cylinder engines with turbocharged 4 cylinders, the 2023 Kia Telluride sticks with a burly 3.8-liter V6 that produces 291 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. That makes it one of the most powerful in the class and gets the Telluride to 60 miles per hour in about 7.5 seconds, which is respectable for a 3-row SUV. The 8-speed automatic transmission strikes a good balance between fuel economy and responsiveness, delivering power on demand. Despite being large for the class, the Telluride never feels heavy or clumsy. The brakes are effective and easy to modulate for smooth stops. Handling is good enough to instill confidence, but not enough to be considered fun or sporty. In tight confines, the Telluride is surprisingly maneuverable, and steering is appropriately light in these conditions. Off-road. To give the 2023 Telluride some added off-road capability, Kia introduces the X-Line and X-Pro packages. Both raise the suspension nearly half an inch, increasing maximum ground clearance to 8.4 inches while improving the approach, breakover, and departure angles. A new downhill brake control system is also available for the Telluride, and Kia says it has revised the traction control system for improved off-road performance. Choose the X-Line package, and the Telluride gets a set of black 20-inch wheels with all-season tires. Upgrade to the X-Pro package, and Kia swaps those out for black 18-inch wheels and all-terrain tires with a taller sidewall and more aggressive tread. Improved cooling helps the X-Pro tow a maximum of 5,500 pounds, a new high for the Telluride. Otherwise, the 2023 Telluride's hardware is unchanged from the previous year. It has a 291 horsepower 3.8-liter V6 engine, an 8-speed automatic transmission, and FWD or odd. Driving modes include Eco, Comfort, Smart, Sport, and Snow. Tellurides with odd also have a lock mode that Kia says evenly splits the engine power to the front and rear axles at lower speeds. Driving. The Telluride is a satisfying SUV to drive. Its V6 engine is responsive, though outright acceleration is ultimately average for a 3-row SUV. In Edmunds testing, our Telluride test vehicle sprinted from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 7.5 seconds, which is similar to the acceleration of the Honda Pilot and Hyundai Palisade. The brakes are strong and can bring the Telluride to a halt in a hurry. We recorded consistent stops from 60 miles per hour in 123 feet, which is a bit shorter than average for the class. The brakes are also easy to control for consistent and smooth stops on the street. The steering is light at parking lot speeds and weights up naturally in turns. The Telluride is stable when going around turns and doesn't exhibit excessive body roll. We also like that the engine's fuel-saving stop-start feature works smoothly and quietly. Transmission upshifts can be a little rough under hard acceleration, and the transmission can hunt around on certain grades, but these are pretty small concerns overall. Safety. 2 new upgrades have come to the 2023 Telluride's suite of active safety features. Standard Intelligent Speed Limit Assist is an enhancement of the SUV's traffic sign recognition system that can alert the driver to posted speed limits and rein in the speed of the vehicle depending on the system settings. Standard Forward Collision Avoidance is an extension of the vehicle's forward automatic emergency braking system and works by looking for oncoming cars when you're turning left at an intersection, applying the brakes to stop the vehicle if a collision appears imminent. The systems join the Telluride's other standard driver assist features, including blind spot monitoring, rear cross-traffic monitoring, lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, and parking sensors. The 2022 Telluride was awarded 5-star overall safety ratings from the NHTSA and named a top safety pick by the IIHS. The 2023 model, which is on the same platform as the 2022, is expected to be rated the same. As Kia's flagship SUV, the Telluride is brimming with standard and available driver aids and high-tech safety systems. Every model gets forward collision warning, automated emergency braking, lane departure warning, lane keeping assist, blind spot monitoring, and highway driving assist. Fuel economy. As for fuel economy, the EPA says a 2023 Kia Telluride with odd should get E21 mpg in combined city, highway driving. That squares with my time in the X-Pro, which included half an hour of four-wheeling followed by a 45-mile haul on highways back to San Antonio. Earlier in the day, the Telluride X line averaged 24.1 mpg in mostly highway driving.